Okay, my friends, today we're going to tackle how do you survive a difficult set of circumstances. Now, all of us at various points in our life have this stretch where things aren't going well for us. We're under the hammer, stuff is hitting the fan, and we don't see the way out. We feel that we're stuck in this situation. Now, this can be a variety of different things. This might be mental illness, this might be bankruptcy, this might be unemployment, this might be relationship conflict, this might be your business not going the way that you want it to be. Whatever it is, there can be times where it seems like nothing is going for us and we're really under the thumb and we're struggling. And during these periods of struggles, I think it's really important to return to our fundamentals. It's in these scenarios where our level of personal development really gets tested. And it's in these scenarios where we get tested on whether we can practice what we preach. It's all very well reading all the self-help books and going to the seminars, and if you're someone like me, speaking about these concepts and teaching these concepts. But I find, for me, when I'm in these situations, I look at it as a challenge from the universe. I see it as, okay, David, you tell people about living positively and being on purpose and finding opportunities to give love and give service. Right now, things aren't going so great for you. Can you stick to those fundamentals that you preach so strongly? So it's in these times where our levels of personal development really get tested. And it's a test of whether we have that foundational, deep integrity within ourselves and whether we can live to the lessons and values that we've learned along our personal journeys. So with this in mind, when we're talking about survival, we've got to really return to these roots and find that character and that strength within us. And what I want to highlight today are 3 ways that you can get through a difficult time. 3 strategies. And the first of which is to be extra vigilant about your self-care. Now, of course, we always want to be looking after our self-care. We want to be looking after our health, our physical health, our psychological health, our emotional well-being. But when in a time of challenge, when we're really struggling, this becomes even more important than ever. So if you're facing one of these scenarios, if you're struggling with money problems or health problems or relationship problems, don't neglect your self-care. Keep on exercising. Keep eating your healthy food. Make sure you're getting good, proper sleep. Do your meditation. Whatever else it is that you do that makes you feel you and is your personal me time, don't neglect that just because there's a problem. Because if you're going to get out of this period of darkness, then you need to be on top of your game. You need to be your best self. You need to be fully conscious and aware and giving yourself every advantage that you can. Because what happens to so many people when they're in a slump, if they've just lost their job or they've just lost a partner, is it's the stereotypical Hollywood thing of they start sitting by themselves in their flat, watching rubbish TV and stuffing themselves full of junk food. How is that going to help you get out of that situation? Now, I'm not saying that it isn't hard to do this, and in fact, of course, it is harder when things aren't going well, but you've got to look after yourself. Because especially if you're going through a difficult period right now, I'm sure that you know that sometimes you can't count on others looking after you and the world looking after you, but you can always count on yourself. So make sure you are giving yourself the self-care that you need and deserve. Because that ultimately is going to keep your energy, your strength, your courage, and your commitment at a high level so that you can push through this. Now, the second thing that I urge you to do is to seek support for your situation. Now, this varies from challenge to challenge, but trying to find someone who can either directly in a professional manner or indirectly in a socially supportive manner, you've got to find someone who can give you that help. So if you're struggling with some mental illness right now, go find a counsellor or a therapist. Speak to someone, speak to a medical professional who can give you advice, tools, strategies. They can point you to places where you can find some help, and you can find some tools and techniques that are going to help you get through that period. If you're facing financial problems, perhaps unemployment or bankruptcy, find yourself a financial advisor. Find yourself someone who knows about money and who can give you the best advice and support to start progressing onwards from where you are right now. Now, sometimes there isn't a direct professional to help us with our problem. Maybe our problem is more abstract than that. But find yourself friends, family. Spend as much time as you can with them. Spend more time with them during these periods of darkness. Because as I was talking about earlier, if that stereotype, sitting alone in your flat, watching TV and stuffing yourself full of junk food, that isn't going to help. That is going to lead you into a spiral of depression, negative self-talk, and a loss of hope and belief in yourself and the fact that your situation can change. So make sure you find support, whether that's that professional capacity or that social capacity. Keep on going out to your clubs, your organizations. Phone people up, go around to people's houses and visit them, even when you're not feeling great. It's one of the best sources of positivity and energy that we can find in life is other people. And if you don't have any of these options available to you, if you don't have professional support, if you don't have family support, friend support, social support, then what you're doing here right now, you know, the wonderful thing about the online world nowadays is you can find people out there who give you remote social support. So go on to your favorite YouTube channels. Hopefully mine is one of them, but whether mine is or not, start watching your motivational gurus, your inspirational people. Watch things online that aren't rubbish, that aren't junk, that aren't reruns of ancient TV shows. Find things that bring you light and bring you joy, even in those dark periods. Now, number 3, and this is where we start getting a little more tactical on how you get out of the situation, is focus on finding the solution. Don't focus on the problem. You see, when we're in the midst of the chaos and the depression and the frustration, there is a tendency in the human mind to focus on the negative. I've spoken about this in a couple of videos before, that we have an inbuilt negativity bias in our mind. 80% of thoughts that we think every day are negative ones, even when things are going well for us. So imagine how that shifts when things aren't going well for us. There is this tendency to focus on everything that is going wrong, and yes, there might be a lot of things going wrong, but focusing on the problem isn't going to change the problem. All it does is it adds extra energy and extra attention to the fact that there is a problem. Instead, we've got to focus on the solution. Because what this allows us to do is it allows us to make progress. Okay, so mentally, I'm not doing so well. Financially, I'm not doing so well. Relationship-wise, things aren't going great. Yes, there is a problem here. But what are you going to do about it? What power do you have to do something to change the situation, no matter how small that is? I remember, for example, when I was going through a period of depression, one of the pieces of advice that I got from my dad actually was find and focus on the small victories every day. And for anyone out there who's suffered from depression, you'll know that even the very basic functional stuff in life can be really difficult to do. Some people with depression can't get themselves out of bed in the morning. They don't shower, they don't go shopping, they don't do basic tasks around the house. But what I found in my period of depression was I started focusing on those little things that I was able to do each and every day. Whether that be getting up in the morning, whether that be going and doing my shopping, whether that be going to my class at university. I celebrated those small victories. And that was part of finding the solution. Because I couldn't necessarily change my depression with the click of my fingers, but I knew that if I kept on finding these small things each and every day, gradually they were going to build up. and suddenly going shopping wouldn't become such an issue anymore. Waking up in the morning wouldn't become such an issue anymore. Being able to go to university and engage in my classes and my studies wouldn't be such an issue anymore. So whatever your personal situation is, try to find the small things that you can do each and every day that are going to work towards a solution. Now, it's not going to change overnight. I'm going to be honest with you. During these periods of struggle and challenge, we have to put up with things for a while. But all we can do at this moment in time, we can't change things with a click of a finger, but we can start moving in the direction of change. Finding these small incremental steps to take each and every day that are going to help us move towards coming out of this period and ultimately finding something lighter and better on the other side. So folks, when you're able to just return to these fundamentals to keep aligned and strong with yourself and start working on a solution, then that is the essence of all for your life. It is all about taking control of your story here and now, because you have that pen and you can write whatever script you want for yourself, even when a lot of the environmental stuff isn't necessarily going so well for you. So folks, I hope this video has helped you if you're going through a difficult period in time. I'd like to thank you for joining me here today on the video. I hope that I'll be able to speak to you more on later videos and hopefully on brighter and more positive topics. But until next time guys, elevate your consciousness, pursue your calling, deepen your connection. I'll speak to you soon. David. Hey guys, it's David again. Thank you for watching this video. And if you'd like to take your growth a little further, I have 3 things down below that you can click. First of all is that big red subscribe button to make sure that you stay up to date with all the videos on this channel and you don't miss a thing. Number 2 is a free online course that I have on creating powerful change in your life. Totally free, no sign-ups, just click the link in the video description. Thirdly and finally, I would like to invite you into our Author Your Life community. This is a free Facebook group where like-minded individuals like yourself come together to change their stories and help change the stories of other people. I would love to welcome you into this community to help you continue on your personal journey and help you become the hero of your story. Guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope to be able to speak more to you in the future. Now go out there and author your life.